guys and ghouls, Suzanne here. Good morning first of all. It's like something like 7:30 in the morning or something. Didn't have a good sleep last night, so I thought why not do my third video. So I'd asked my friends and acquaintances on Facebook to send me some questions that they would really like to know. So here we go. My first question, it was from Stephen, and he asked, what made you want to talk about yourself on the web? Well, I'd been toying with making a Facebook for a couple of months, and I thought it's going to boost my confidence. I've got a lot of things to tell about the paranormal. I want to share my passion in music, and basically, I want to feel a lot more comfortable with myself. I am a larger lady, and I've seen other YouTubers out there who were also doing video logs and, having videos about their passion basically. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that as well. So my second question was from Karen, and it was, what is your most horrifying paranormal experience to date? Now, there's a few paranormal things that I don't want to delve into just yet, but the first one that comes to mind at the minute is we're at Newcastle Keep. I can't remember the year, but it all involved, we're doing a seance, which we usually used to do at the end of the, the investigation, early hours of the morning. And we started a seance, and it was usually me who led it, and we were all stood in the lower depths of the castle. There was probably about 10 of us. So we started this seance, I led it. About halfway through, I thought to myself, I need to break this chain and get out and go and stand behind my friend Darren, who was in the circle on the other side of me. So I let go of the hands next to me and joined them up so it didn't break the energy and, all that. And I went and stood behind Darren. Literally, as soon as I got there, I looked up and I seen this black mass, like this, I can't explain it, was like a big black cloud, and it lunged out of the air towards with, like down onto it. And Darren fell back onto me, screamed. I was like, oh my God, what was that? And it was just one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. It does take a lot to frighten me. I've found that out over the years. But to this day, it's one of them things that stick in your mind, because it wasn't just me who had seen it. Darren had also seen it and reacted to it. Was it something telling me to go and stand behind Darren? Maybe, I don't know, for like a protection? I don't know, but it was one of the most fascinating things that have ever happened to me, really. The third question was from Matthew, and is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I would like to fly. I would like to feel free. I look at the birds sometimes and I envy them. As mad as it does sound, I do, because I think you can go anywhere, you can fly away. So yeah, I think it would be to fly. My fourth question was from Jasmine, which is also my best mate. And I need to explain a little bit really before I answer this question. As you're probably aware of if you've watched my other videos, I'm very much into rock and metal, and two of my favourite bands at the moment, and anyway, is Bring Me the Horizon and Avenged Sevenfold. Now, I have the biggest crush ever on Shadows, Matthew Sanders out of Avenged Sevenfold. And over the past year, I've kind of crushed a little bit on Ollie Sykes out of Bring Me the Horizon. So she asked me if I had to choose between Ollie or Matt, who would I choose? And hands down, it would be Matt, Shadows, every time. I adore that man. My fifth question was from Amelia, and it's, what are your favourite TV shows? My all-time top TV show has got to be The Walking Dead. I am absolutely obsessed with it. I didn't watch it from the start when it first came out. It was only really sort of the past 2 years I've really got into it, and I've cried. It's one of the TV programmes, it sucks you in, and the amount of times I've sat and sobbed, it's sort of like, pass me the Kleenex. Game of Thrones as well, I would have to say. Last night I finished Orange is the New Black. I got to the end of season 3. That's left on a bit of a cliffhanger, so that wants to hurry up and come back. I would also say Bottom. I'm a massive fan of Bottom. Rick Mail, God love him, and Ian Edmondson, they're just absolutely comical. It is comedy genius, as well as Father Ted. I absolutely adore that as well. Father Jack just cracks me up. When I was younger as well, I was heavily into the X-Files. That would have been my favourite all-time, you know, back then. And it's coming back now, but I don't feel too excited, and I don't know why. You know, I think they're sort of like returning old ground, but we'll see what it's like anyway. This was from Ash, who was a friend I made at Download Festival last year, and he's wanted to know what have I always wanted to do, but I'm scared to do it, and it would be fly to America. I'm not all that good on planes. I used to have a lot of confidence, and it kind of got sucked away. You know, when everything happened with terror attacks and everything, I get really anxious. I mean, I suffer from anxiety anyway, and the 4-hour trip that I usually take to Rhodes each year, you know, in Greece, usually freaks the living shit out of me. I've got to take, you know, quite a few tablets to calm myself down. I think it's the fact that I can't get off. I can't get off the plane. I am stuck on that plane. You know, there's no getting off. It's not like a bus or a car. So yeah, I would say probably flying to America, because it's a long haul flight, you know, and it really does scare me. But one day I will get to California. 7th question. Now this is from Jazz again. This is my best mate. There's 3 questions for her all together in this. And this is kind of a joke question. She likes my stories. They crack her up from my childhood. And our question is, do you like trains? Now, to explain this is, every weekend, my dad and his best friend would go train spotting. Now, I would go with them. It was, you know, it was mainly just to get out of the small village that I lived in. We used to go all over. Well, there was this one weekend, we'd went train spotting at a local train station. And I just laugh and thinking about it. And we were sat on the platform for a few hours, and there was no trains that went past at all. You know, we were like, what's going on? Why is there no trains? Didn't think at the time that there could be a strike, but there was. Anyway, we got home that night. I'm sitting watching, you know, the 6 o'clock news. I would probably be about 11, 12-year-old at this stage. And all of a sudden, there we were on the telly. The local TV crew were actually reporting on the train strike. There's me, my dad, and his best mate sitting on the platform, literally waiting for these trains that were never going to come. So, no, I don't like trains. Sorry, Dad. My 8th question is from Sarah, who is also a very good friend of mine. And she asked me, if you were at a gig and you had the opportunity to get up onto the stage with a band, would you do it? Without a doubt, I would be up there. You know what I mean? When I go to gigs, I lose myself. My confidence totally brims. I'm in my own bubble. If a band asked me on that stage, I would dive on it. I would be in there like Flint. No ifs, ands or buts. I would be there. So, yes, Sarah, I would most definitely. My 9th question is from Maz, who is kind of a new friend, but turning into one of my metal sisters, as I call it. And it was, what is the best gig you've ever been to, you know, gig concert-wise? And for anybody who knows me, my all-time favourite band is Rammstein. I am a massive fan. I feel like their music has helped me in my psychological states at times, you know, because I do suffer from depression and I do suffer from anxiety, and their music has pulled me through. And I finally got the chance to see them in 2012 at Newcastle Metro Radio Arena, and oh my god, it was just one of the best days, nights of my life. I was hyper. And the stage show, if you ever get to go and see Rammstein, do it. You know, they're actually going to be going back into the studio in September to do, well, start a new album, you know, and it always takes a couple of years because, you know, there is interviews where, you know, they have their little squabbles and that, but hopefully they're going to be doing another tour, and I am absolutely praying to the gods that they go to Download in 2 years' time, maybe 3 years' time, because I would be there, no doubt. So So Rammstein by far. The 10th question is from Jazz again, and it's, what's your favourite childhood food? It was cauliflower cheese. My mum makes an absolute immense cauliflower cheese. The worst food that I hated when I was a child was chicken Kievs and chips and peas, sometimes beans if I was lucky. I hate chicken Kievs. It was one of them foods where it was just basically easy to cook, easy to put into the oven, and basically it filled you. But I hate them. To this day, I won't buy a chicken Kiev. I just turns my stomach thinking about it. It wasn't my parents' fault. I'm not slating my parents for it, but they worked shifts and my mum worked night shift and my dad was out most of the day. So it was an easy meal to cook, but I honestly cannot face another chicken Kiev in my life. I was, all of them, just don't like them. And the 11th question is from Jade. Now, when I asked about sending me questions, I didn't specifically say if it could be about this or about that or about this. So Jade actually sent me a question of how long is a bit of string. Now Jade, it can be as long as you want it to be. Basically, I have no idea. I've got some in the drawer and I think it's about 2 meters, but I honestly have not got a clue. So yeah, it was going to be 10 and I had to include Jade's because that cracked me up. So that's about it, really. You know, that's, oh, I've got itchy nose. Oh, that's it, basically it for that. So you give me a thumbs up if you like this video, or subscribe below, or comment. You know, I do appreciate the following and I want to say thank you to all my subscribers so far. And as I usually do, this is going to be a thing in my video. I'm wearing my Yashin top today. Absolutely adore Yashin. I've seen them twice now. Just brilliant band, you know, and I can't wait for the new album. And I'll be going to see them because they are supporting Skindred this year on tour. So I will be there with the bells on. So thanks for now, guys. And remember, stay cool, be cool. Goodbye.